Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it is Sunday. So I am here with Scraplift Crafternoon, a weekly hop where a group of my friends and I get together, find inspiration and scraplift it. And so today we are scraplifting okay, I don't know if I'm going to say this right or not. So, CaledoniaPapercraft on Instagram. I adore her stuff, and Tara found this layout and I love it. So I'm going to use the Paper Studios Tropical Collection. This was found in my leftovers layouts box that I have set aside for a monthly or for a hop that I do in April, where I try and use like the last little bits of collections. And so I'm still going to have this left over a little bit, but I use quite a bit of it, so yay. So I have some papers. Because I had this wood grain is why I decided I'd use this, because she's got like this wood grain in the background. It's so cool. And so I have enough embellishments for the most part, but she's got this wordy bit cluster that goes down the left of the picture, and I love that so much. So I pulled out my Tim Holtz clippings as well as this P13 wordy bits, and so I'm going to use those. And then I also pulled out a Sticko cloud and some Simple Stories Summer Lovin' puffies to just add a few extra embellishments. So, and then I have my my circle trimmer, and I am going to use that to cut out the circles for this layout. And that, I think, is everything. So I have my papers, I have my embellishments, I have my circle trimmer, my picture, and this really awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so first things first, I pulled out a 12 by 12 solid white cardstock, and I'm trying to determine if I want to trim the wood grain and mat this, or if I just want to use that as a sturdying piece, because Paper Studios, these kit collections are super thin papers. So I haven't done anything yet. I've set it aside. I am now cutting out my circles. I do ink the circles with my black soot Distress Oxide, but as of right now, I still have not done anything with that white paper. I'm going to leave it until I get a little bit more done and determine what I want to do. So now I'm going to pull out all the scraps from this collection, and I'm going to trim out or cut out those little strips she's got going down vertically in behind her picture. And of course, I got to jot down my little date, because if I don't, I will forget, and then I'll know what year this is, but I will not remember the day. I did know this is 2015. That was the 1 year that my husband at the time and my best friend both went with us. So in the beginning he went, and then he was deployed, and she was my significant other. And then 1 year when he came home from his deployment, they both got to go, and so it was lots of fun. So anyway, that's how I always know when it was a 2015 picture, because the both of them are there. So, all right, so now I've inked the back, or I'm about to ink the edges of these circles, just because I want them to stand out a little bit. My circles are bigger than hers. One, because my trimmer only, that's the smallest size it will trim. And I thought I could trim it on my Cricut, but because it's thinner paper, I thought it might tear. And I really kind of like the concept of the bigger circle, because it gives me a little bit of something to hold my picture, because I'm going to have my picture will touch the corner of, the corner of my picture will touch the circle. There's no corner in a circle, girl. So I pull out black tulle to put behind my picture. She has what looks kind of like lace behind hers, which is really pretty. But since mine is, my layout's not really going to be a pretty layout. Like, it's more, I don't know. I know that it's a picture of the beach, and that should be pretty, but I'm kind of going with a different vibe. So I have put that tool back there. It is stuck down a little with some double-sided tape or with my ATG, but it's not like stuck. Like, I can move it if I need to, and the picture is not tacked down. I'm just trying to determine where the picture is going to go, so that I can make sure the wordy bits that I want you to see all of are visible, and the wordy bits I don't mind getting cut off just get tucked in. So this is one of my favorite features of this layout is this little wordy cluster on the left side. It is just so cool and unique to me. So that's what really drew me when Tara shared this with us. I was like, oh, that is so cool. So I just tucked different words in and use some different things that say, if not now, then when, journey, a great adventure, you only live once. And then some of the wordy bits that I use from the Tim Holtz thing say things like, what that was lovely, dear, the color of the sea, all the world is bright, flashed him an engaging smile. I wanted to make sure that whole sentence was there because I figured if it just said flashed him, that might look inappropriate. So, so I have now put some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive behind my tool. I've laid down my little strips and I just alternated with the different strips and then put that same brown paper that the circles are cut out of in the middle. That way it wasn't touching or anywhere near the circle. And that way I've got, 5 different strips, but that that one isn't right there next to the circle. And I obviously decided to trim just a smidge off because I'm going to border this. It's probably, the top and bottom is kind of like 1/8 of an inch and the sides are like 1/4 or something in that ballpark. I really didn't measure that well. I just wanted a little off, but I didn't want to cut too much. And then I started pulling a couple more word phrases off the P13 because she has these little banners on the top and bottom where the circles are. So I just put a life at its best and I live for moments like these and put those in the same general location. Now, the other thing that is she's got like those cute little houses that are with the tag. So these stickers from the collection are squared out, and so I fussy cut loosely around them because I didn't want that. And P.S. sorry about the hesitation there. I'm watching a show like I always do, and when it gets to one of my favorite bits, I will stop and watch. And normally I'm pretty good about cutting that out, but I missed that one, I think. So, but anyway, sorry. So I am going to put these, like the fish and stuff like that, as my little things where she has the houses. Because, like I said, I did not want that squared off bit. I don't really like that much. So I just fussy cut around them, and I think that they turned out fine. And then I use a couple of the puffies from that Simple Story Summer Lovin' to add a little bit more embellishment and icon over here in the wordy bit clusters, because she's got like hearts and things like that over there as well. And so that's the other thing I love about hers. It's got a bunch of different fonts and stuff. So we're gonna have to do some things like this again in the future because I think it's really cool. So down in the bottom corner, she has, underneath the title, she has this house, super cute. And so I decided I'd put this little caravan down there because we did caravan down to the beach, because this was the beach at the end of where our beach house that we rent in the spring is. And so anyway, that is it. I love how this turned out. It is a whole lot of fun. I hope you all will go check her out on Instagram. Her information will be linked below. And spoiler alert, you may be seeing another one of her layouts in the future of Scraplift Crafternoon because, well, I found another layout of hers that I was in love with. So just so you know. But anyway, I hope you will go check out the other ladies who are hopping along with Scraplift Crafternoon, because I love how we end up with, we have the exact same layout that we're looking at, and we do things so differently sometimes. And sometimes you will see that we do a lot of things similar, like even use the same collection sometimes. So it is fabulous, and I just love these ladies. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you'll come back and see me again really soon. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.